Someone else needs to intro. I hate introducing.
I think you're gonna do.
I think Miles should intro it.
Do you think I should introduce it?
Yeah, I
Is
would
it
like
just
you
because
to.
he's wearing sunglasses?
Whoa,
Yeah,
when
it
did you get
really
hot?
official.
Well, I heard there was a new slot for the cool guy. And I thought, I'm a cool guy who's into Asian stuff.
Okay, wait. Let's
He just went to Tokyo.
let's rewind it back.
Sorry. I just got excited.
Specifically, what Asian stuff are you into?
Well, I grew up reading manga.
Uh-huh.
I'm a big fan of Korean barbecue as well.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
And I just was in Tokyo with my wife.
Oh.
Well, welcome to the Tripod, everybody. It is a special episode because Eugene is here. By now, you know that Eugene is
will
departing.
no longer be here.
Is departing. He's no longer here. Not that he is a regular podcast attendee, but he drops by time to time, and he certainly is still a valued member of our company. Even if he's not going to be on-screen talent, he still owns this company with us. So it's not like gone, but he's gone from the talent role because you're pursuing so many other things. We're going to get into all that. I'm sure we're going to get into a lot of other things because I know that you and Rainie have teed up some segments, perhaps.
Oh, yes.
So I think it's going to be a romp. But just first impressions, Eugene, how are you feeling?
This is sort of like your last thing on the docket.
Actually, you're right. Zach, why don't you take it? How does Eugene feel?
I just wanted to set the stage.
Yeah, no, thank you for the tee up. I feel relieved. I feel excited. I feel very gracious. I feel like this is something that I've wanted to share with our audience for years, but there are a lot of different elements at play, including the fact that, in traditional industries, there's just lots of guardrails when it comes to announcing things. Primarily, you can't do it until it's already happened. So, everything you heard in that video was triple checked by multiple people to say it's okay to say that, which is kind of wild because that's not how the internet works. But yeah, I'm just really happy that it feels like there's a load off of my chest, which is nice. Let me rephrase that.
We love
it feels
when
like
the load
off my
I felt
chest.
you. I felt
A load off my chest.
I could feel your butt clench.
not the only thing that.
Zach's tongue came out of his mouth so fast.
know.
As soon as he said it, he was like,
It's how well I know you. I was like, let me rephrase. I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
a weight lifted off my
I feel
ass.
like I blew a load. And, also for us, I also feel that because we've been holding this in and planning and like figuring out what do we want to do next with our cast. I'll say we're filming this before anyone knows, but at the moment it feels like a big relief. I'm glad that we get to now kind of move proudly into the next phase, and with that, look back fondly on like it is the closing of a chapter, and now we get to be like, we fucking did that.
Yeah.
we did that. The three of us, Miles, four of us.
The four of us built this company.
Hey, you were there.
You were there.
You were there.
That's correct.
You
was
actually,
early.
by the way, literally built it with your hands.
That's damn right. My first day, I aligned the closet.
That's right.
And then on the second day, the closet fell, and
It
on the
did
third day,
fall.
you put it back together.
Put it back together.
That's beautiful. It's poetic.
But what a fucking ride we've had. I don't know that we'll properly digest it in this episode, but what a ride.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I feel like we did it as well as we could. We gave it the best try.
We gave it a whirl.
And there, is a period, especially when you're in a group, that people are very married, word choice, to the group as it is. And I think that to introduce new faces and personalities and then have people fall in love with them, that sort of transitional period, we stretched it out for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I think we did that in honor of the audience because we didn't want anything to ever feel like we were disrespecting them or rocking the boat. So this just felt like a really natural progression. And thankfully, there's just lots of exciting things happening with the company in my life and all of our lives. So it just felt like it was just the right time. Yeah.
What are, for you, because I'm just curious for my personal life and interests, what are some things that you're going to be spending your time on? And they can be broad as not to violate an NDA. It's the FBI.
Oh, he's talking all about it in his release and
hell yes.
goodbye vid.
Yeah. I touch on it. And I think the most I can say now is that, 100% of my time is spent with the novel and the feature film. I think there was a justifiable misconception that most people thought I was primarily an actor. So when I was stepping away from second try work, it was for scripts. It was for scripts and for books. And it really sucked that I couldn't tell people openly because everyone just said, oh, Eugene's gone because I had the great film The Mona I was in. So they just assumed I had left the company partially to pursue acting, which is kind of the exact opposite of what I was doing.
I was just in a Oscar-nominated film as a side hustle. That was a little side quest.
I don't mean it like that, but I do feel like it's really great to have this clarification because writing and directing in film and TV is like so specific, and building up that type of cachet and trust from people in the industry is really difficult. And that's what I've been working on. I mean, essentially since y'all knew me. This has been like a lifetime slog in a lot of ways.
Glad that the traditional industry got rocked by Eugene coming in and trying something for the first time and getting Oscar nominated for it. Because we've been in try videos for years where you try something for the first time and kind of crush it. And it's like, well, dang. But now at least the rest of Hollywood had to be like, dang.
Yeah, you're their problem now.
And I get people's confusion because you are very talented at lots of things. Not necessarily the things you're most driven to do, but you're naturally very talented at lots of stuff. So like you could be an actor. It's not what your passion is for. And I'm sure you will act in things. Just like I also don't really want to be an actor. I like to be a performer. I will act in things, but it's not my goal to be an Oscar nominated actor, to be even like a comedic successful actor. It's just not really what I think I'm actually best at. And what gives me the most joy, unfortunately, the thing that gives me the most joy is just being Keith.
Iconic.
Yeah, I like to be me.
That's also the thing that brings me the most joy is being Keith, and I try.
And you're good at it.
Oh, thanks.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, at least I'm hoping that I can serve as, some sort of template for, many people listening and in this room too are all artists. And I think that there's a limitation we often put in ourselves, especially when we're first starting out, that we're very serious. When I first started out graduating USC, I was like, I'm only in writing and directing. I don't even know what the internet is. I'm never going to touch it. And look where I'm at now. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so grateful for the time I spent with y'all, for the time that I spent with our audience. I wouldn't trade it ever for the world. And I feel like I have almost like an invaluable type of experience that many, writer directors in the industry will never get, which is completely understanding the audience they're speaking to. Because so much of what I've cultivated here online is being translated in a more like curated, specific way in film and in literature.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that just takes a lot of time and a lot of commitment and a lot of my energy. Because if you talk about really sucking energy is sitting down and writing a novel, like that is something you can't cheat.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It's really tough, but I'm like very fulfilling ultimately. But hopefully as I hope that people will continue to follow my career, and I want to keep coming back here and guest starring when I can. The next things they'll see will be announcements about the feature because we're in a phase
You're in
right
the final
now.
stretch?
Well, we're essentially in casting right now.
Oh my God.
So it's-
in the beginning
so
stretch.
exciting.
So basically it's happening.
Yeah.
Which is wild because
Rainie, Dreamcast, go.
Okay, and you get to have can I be in the cast party? Do you have one?
yes,
Okay.
just you. I'm just inviting you.
Yeah. Okay. Paul Mescal, number one.
So you just want me to invite all the hot
Well,
guys?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, first and foremost, but I do think Paul and I would really get along.
Who else is on this list?
Let's see. Paul is a big one.
Uh-huh.
He's sort of top of mind.
Timothy,
Yeah.
Nicholas Gallatin.
I'm
all the
such
young hotties.
conflicted feelings about Timothy. I don't know. Did you hear? Well, no, I can't. That's such a gossip thing.
And you just share slander again.
No. We're
You know,
gonna-
everything
publish
you're
show.
everything you're saying makes me definitely want you at the party.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Yeah, but okay. So I mean, I'm curious.
Rainie
when-
goes, Paul, you were wonderful in the film. He's like, I wasn't in it.
Oh, they should have
Just
cast
here.
you. I don't know how he didn't cast you. You look so good.
Going back to the about what you were saying about the like knowing the audience and translating that into like writing a novel and a screenplay. Like, what are you thinking about in terms? How does it translate?
I think the big thing is there's a point in a lot of our lives as artistic people that we are not quite sure what we're centering in terms of our art or our message. A lot of times we're either centering what we think other people want, which is bad, or we're just completely being 100% self-centered, which is also bad. There's this kind of medium, and sometimes people call it art versus commerce. Some people call it, just being aware of what the audience is that you're speaking to. But having that like delicate balance, really, there's just no other place anywhere currently besides the online medium where you have this call and response that's so direct.
Right.
And in a lot of ways, as people have seen in my goodbye video, my really specific parts of my identity were almost workshopped online. Like people were front row and center
Interesting.
because it was happening in my real life at the same
Right.
time.
Right.
So coming out and or being emboldened to fully represent myself as an Asian person, like those things were happening in real time as the audience watched it. So those are also the things that I write most about.
Right.
So
right.
that's the
Interesting.
subject of my films and television. Is the subject of my
Yeah.
novels are things in the queer spaces from underrepresented groups. And instead of feeling like I'm writing about it in a vacuum, or that I'm writing about it as if I'm like an expert, or if I'm writing about it to please like some white straight male producer, which is kind of how Hollywood has been run for its entirety.
Me and Keith.
I found like finally the perfect balance where I can walk into a room and sell people on my idea, and also on the fact that I can reach a lot of people in a way that they crave.
Yeah.
And that's a very tough thing to do for anyone who's up and coming in any space, especially in the arts.
Right.
Because you have to be like very careful about how much of yourself you give away.
Yeah.
And we've experienced, the toughest versions of that online because sometimes it's become, a little invasive. But what's great about something like, film is that I can write about something so deeply personal, but it also feels like it's like very heavily curated and has a lot of different talents and eyes on it that create like one very specific like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And I really thrive in that space.
Yeah.
Being able to sort of direct that sort of culmination of talents and perspectives is always where I feel like I've shined the most. But being at the top of that pole is a really difficult position to ever get to in film. Like being trusted as a director is so hard. And I'm almost 40 and I'm finally at a place where I can walk into a room and say like everyone can look at me and say I trust what this guy is saying and he knows what he's doing. Because I think a lot of us, we were young and you're 18, you get out of high school and you think every idea is brilliant and everything is going to hit. And I'm just very thankful that I had the 10 years online where people sometimes told me like, no, that was dumb. Or no, that was great. And I love that part of you. And I love that you are expressing that part of yourself. So yeah, I've never felt more centered. And so much of that is thanks to everyone listening because they were the people that supported me most. They're like the supportive family I never had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is something that you feel like you've obviously made a million different things in a million different formats? What is something you feel like you've gleaned from this work here at Try Guys that you are taking to scripted that you feel like other people don't have?
Besides the advice that Miles gave you that you've applied into your daily life.
Exactly.
Yes,
Every episode.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What was the last one that it was like years ago.
Oh God, Have Rice might have been up there.
Have rice
Have
in the
rice.
tub.
Bathtub Grey's Anatomy is the last thing I remember.
Peanut butter banana in a bowl.
Are you still watching Grey's Anatomy?
No, I fall off. I haven't watched the most recent season.
There's still a lot of seasons to go.
I gotta get back in there because I'm a completionist. So,
Are you still in the bathtub a lot?
so I moved, and
You don't have a
the
bathtub?
tub is a lot more shallow.
What the fuck? This is breaking
This
news.
is as big as Eugene leaving.
I didn't know this.
Retitle
the
this
episode.
podcast.
Retitle the
Eugene,
episode.
if you wouldn't mind just leaving.
Let me just do a little bit
All
of
right,
time.
we're done. Goodbye.
It's a shallow tub, and I make it work, but I did have to sort of
what cost?
seal. At what cost is I had to seal the sort of natural drain in the tub. You know how every
Oh,
tub,
the thing that goes
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks
it away?
slurps it away. So I had to seal that.
What the fuck is that even about? The overflow? You think I'm not fucking...
What do you think? I'm going to drown in the tub like an amateur?
Or like, I'm going to spill water all over my floor and not know how to fix it.
Exactly. I get a mop.
Get them up. Put a bucket, paper towels.
So you're
Yeah.
on average showering more.
I'm showering more. The shower in this place was an upgrade. The bathtub was a downgrade.
So Second Try TV launched. I'm officially exiting.
That's right.
yeah.
And Miles is
He's
a
a
shower
new
guy
tub.
now.
I
Yeah.
replaced my loofah.
Oh.
What with what?
Oh my!
Another
Oh
loofah.
my
A
goodness.
new loofah.
Oh,
The
okay.
loofah.
How old is this one? A
This
few
one,
years?
okay. This one I did buy a multi-pack, and this one's 2 months old. So it's probably due
Time.
it's
Probably
it's
due.
time. And I
Probably
get
due.
that. And I get that.
What do you like about the loofah? Because to me, there's nothing in it for me.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Rainie. Eugene, just hang on 1 second. It's that it adheres and it exfoliates. Eugene, anyway.
You know what y'all need to get is the Korean rough scrub towel.
I've
heard.
I want that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Have
it's
the
a glove
glove?
or it's like a
Oh
towel
my
that you
God,
just stick your hand to a little
hurts.
pocket.
Yeah, we have the glove.
And especially if you have a partner who can do your back, it's real
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I don't have that. I will work on that.
I don't have that.
I have some other stuff.
I have a cell phone.
I have heard.
I have incredible wit, but I don't have that.
But
So if you can invite me to any of your podcast parties.
Yeah.
No, we'll figure it out.
Mezcal, if you're listening.
But speaking of Miles' advice, this brings us into our next segment.
Oh, whoa.
Because
Huge.
Eugene asked for some tried and true that he's missed.
Yes, because I haven't been here for a while.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of do greatest hits
Yeah.
of the things that really smashed on the tripod. Like, what is this Crinkleberry Crunch thing?
Oh, Kingsberry Crunch,
Oh.
the official sponsor. It's the only candy bar that's already in your house. You might even have one in your pocket if you're hungry enough.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
a candy bar
Yep.
that could be, or is.
It probably
It
is.
probably is.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Probably is.
In my vicinity on my person.
Yep.
At all times.
But it's not.
If you need it.
But if only if I need it.
Well, no.
Is this like a metaphysics thing?
It's like Schrodinger's
Yeah,
cat.
it's like Schrodinger's cat.
Kingsberry Crunch.
Yeah.
We said that there would be no that second try is ad free.
Right.
But that is thanks to the sponsor of Kingsberry Crunch,
Kingsberry Crunch.
which is
Okay.
kind of our corporate overlord.
know
We're actually a subsidiary of Kingsberry
Yeah.
Limited.
You know how Red Bull had the cars with the girls on college campuses giving out Red Bull?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you would just get Red Bull randomly. So Kingsberry Crunch is like that, but there's no cars or girls. You just have it.
Do you have a drawer in your
That's
house?
where your mind went for the reference.
You gotta have
I'm trying to think of when was there stuff that was just given
Given,
out?
yeah.
in
Like Costco
crazy
samples.
amounts? Yeah, but like the Red Bull, the Red Bull girls. Do you have them on your campus? Was
We
that
had
just
one.
Yeah,
late
but
class
I-
thing?
that
We had
was
the
like-
Red Bull girls.
I wasn't really interested in.
We
energy
they hadn't
drinks
invented those
or-
yet for us.
The condom girl. Different vibe.
Different vibe than
vibe
Red
entirely.
Bull. Not super
It
different.
wasn't like
Yeah.
my scene. That's like girls and energy drinks, which was like that didn't attract me.
They just gave them for free.
Now, if it was Hot Boys with iced coffee,
Oh.
That's not a bad idea.
Honestly,
Hot Boys with
Should
iced
we-
coffee.
I know we're not going to be a product people, but Hot Boy iced coffee seems like a pretty good brand.
We are.
Slam dunk,
It's
yeah.
a niche, but it's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you know the online stereotype, the joke, right, is that gay men only drink iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
Yeah.
Mitt. Yeah.
Yeah. And they hold it like this. Can I?
Go, please.
I'll do it like this.
Yeah, they hold it on the top.
You
And
hold
a
it from the
log
top.
grip.
Yeah.
Like
you don't hold it from
you're in
the
a
side.
machine trying to win a prize.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, Eugene, because you got dressed this morning, did you not?
Yes.
And so you opened a drawer, and I'm surprised there wasn't Kingsberry Crunch waiting in there for you.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't looking for it.
It started in Miami by Pitbull.
You are pretty healthy. It's a pretty highly caloric candy.
And what's the ingredients?
Coconut,
Oh, they haven't
Kingsberry.
disclosed all of
There's
it.
berries, chocolate,
goldfish.
milk, goldfish,
Okay.
the crackers, and
What
the
are we
fish.
talking about, the goo or the crunch?
The crunch is rice.
Is there nougat?
No.
There's
There's
not.
no nougat?
There's
Well, there-
not, but it's on the ingredient list.
But what if I wanted to have nougat?
The
You
Kingsberry
could have
nougat
nougat
nuggets
flavor.
were a failed product.
Yeah.
Well, what you're talking about, the goo nougats?
Yeah.
The Kingsberry goo nougats, it was kind of a pack of nougat that you would slurp down.
The sauce.
You know the Gatorade goo
Goose.
for the runners?
Yeah.
It was like that, but
Nougat.
What nougat?
Do you all know what nougat is?
We're really gonna miss you, man.
Fluff.
Yeah, but what's it? What is? I watched a video about it, and I cannot remember. Always,
It's
you know when you
fluff.
Google certain things because you forget,
Yeah.
and then it's
I
one
thought
thing that I
nougat was
keep
a nut.
googling.
No, it's
Once
fluff
a year,
gunk.
I Google what is nougat. What the
It's
fuck
gotta
is
be
it?
caramel.
It's fluff gunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fluffed gunk.
I feel
But it's
like I knew what
sugar-based
nougat
with-
was, and then you asked me, and now I have no idea.
Peanut seems to be in the mix.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
Right?
peanuts
Peanut
in
is
nougat.
paired with
I'm
nougat.
going final answer. It's got peanuts in the nougat.
I don't know if nuts are in nougat.
Let's start the episode.
No, this is good. See, I wanted to briefly speak about what I was doing because
Yeah.
you know part of
Looking
it
this
is
fucking shit up.
being able to spend great time with y'all.
Yeah, while Eugene's
And
been working
speak
on his
about-
novel, we've been working on Kingsberry Crunch.
And I missed the whole Kingsberry Crunch conversation. So let's keep going. Give me more of these greatest hits,
That's
Rainie.
a good one.
Okay, so I'm just almost overdoing this segment, but we have one more, which is I've dug up some old things that you guys said.
Oh, this is the
Let's
best
go.
one.
Okay.
Get
Fifth
ready.
time's the charm. Rainie's going to roll this again.
Okay,
Couple
so-
things you know about
Voice a little
this.
different.
Just hear it up. The soundboard is altering the voices somehow.
Okay,
They're
so give
way
me-
deeper and slower than you need them to be.
What's the premise of this game?
Just
Oh, it's just we make fun of Zach. But
Mostly it's that.
Okay, so these are clips from the tripod.
no, just
from the
deep-
Try
the deep
universe.
wells of
Oh,
internet.
voicemails.
Shit, this is good, Rainie.
Be honest about being horny. Some of my best advice. Some of my hands down best advice.
And I will say you were preaching to the choir.
I'm ready. I'm hard. Let's go.
Who was that?
Keith.
I'm ready.
I'm hard. Let's go.
No, that's me.
Eugene.
That's
Yeah.
Eugene.
There's no way that was Eugene. Give it to me again.
I'm ready. I'm hard. Let's go.
Well, again, it's Eugene down a well.
Isn't that me from a
BDSM video?
babysitting video?
babysitting.
Yeah.
You said I'm ready, I'm hard.
And-
Let's
No,
go.
this was an unhinged video that you guys did, which was
It wasn't
eating
the
like
babysitting
lingerie, edible lingerie.
Oh.
Really old.
First of all, Rainie, when you were but a wee child, that was a fucking hit.
That was a
okay?
slam dunk.
know your history.
That video is 9 years old.
We built this city with edible lingerie.
We've got Keith.
I saw the photo late last night. I was like, holy cow, that butt is huge.
I know this one.
I know what this one is too.
Kim Kardashian butt
Yeah.
photo.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's
ours.
Know your Try Guys history.
third video we did.
Yep.
Second
Third?
video.
Yeah, third.
It was
Whoa.
it was actually the fourth film, but the
Right.
third
The
release.
third release, you're right.
Because we filmed it and released it within about 16 hours.
Yeah, we did it
and
overnight.
the three of us stayed up late filming it and
That's
editing
when-
it.
Uh-huh.
putting it out.
Three.
No, and by the way,
No,
I'm
we were
not-
actually, it's true.
I'm
It was
three of
just the
us.
three of us.
I'm not editorializing. It was the three of us.
And that's
funny.
when Keith and I deemed it the Try Guys
Yeah.
because we were just like, well, maybe we should.
This seems like
Brand
we knew
it.
it was going to blow up because it was the most viral thing ever, and we were going
Yeah,
to beat
first
everyone
ones,
to
right.
making a video about it.
Yeah.
I remember because they were sitting they were working on some part of packaging and my desk was further down and they called out, they're like, hey, what do you think about this name? And I was like, oh, okay.
That's so
And
funny.
we only named it on the BuzzFeed.com post.
Yeah.
The YouTube video still said, guys, try this.
Yeah.
Eugene, I don't think people realize how good of a run he had at naming things.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at naming stuff.
You're
Try
naming.
guys, maybe I guess maybe we won't vocally take credit for some of the other things you named, but I know.
Because they're major media brands. Yeah, you heard that right,
Yeah.
guys.
Nike, ever heard of it? No, but basically, like every single thing, there was a run. Like every time someone was trying to name a new thing at BuzzFeed, no one could crack it. And then Eugene would be like, "Oh, name it this," and everyone would be like, "Oh, fuck."
Often it's the simplest thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we got to do the next seggy.
Yep.
So we are playing Truth or Dare.
Let's
Ooh.
go.
Truth or dare.
Dare.
Okay.
And
this
I
is
have-
something-
This amazing website, Cosmopolitan.
Oh, is it one of the ones where I need a lot of coins to see how the date goes?
We played a porn game recently
Played
on
a
the
porn
podcast.
game.
And we needed to do some microtransactions.
And I found out I can get addicted to things like that so fast. I was just so in.
Keith went down the rabbit
I
hole.
wanted to know. We never had enough points to get the lesson.
You're not the only one doing important work around here.
Yeah, you may be an Oscar-nominated voice actor that's working on a feature film, but Keith played a porn game.
I almost got a lesson from several hot characters, but never could afford it.
Have you ever played one of those? Like,
no, I'm curious. What's the context of Truth or Dare? Have
Truth
y'all
or
played
Dare.
it multiple times?
I don't think I've ever
no,
played
I just want to play with you guys.
Oh, it's a new
We've never.
segment.
It's a new
Yeah.
segment. It's
This
one
is
of the old
brand
favorites. It's
spanking
brand new.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I played Truth or Dare a lot, probably in college was the last time I played.
It's a good game.
It's a good game, but it's steeped in horniness.
It is.
Yeah, it eventually
It's basically okay. We're gonna.
That's why it's not fun as an adult.
As an adult, you're like, I guess, yeah, I don't know. We could
Yeah.
still be.
Like, no one should be playing Spin the Bottle at 35.
well,
Mm.
honestly, you're saying that, and I'm kind of like, that kind of sounds funny.
Throwback. You would, by the way, If anyone I know would have that at a party,
We probably
you would
would.
have a spin the
Yeah.
bottle party.
I think it's actually been out at a Valentine's Day party, but nobody
and that's
played.
so funny. And honestly, now I would love to see adults play spin the bottle. That's
Single
hilarious.
adults playing spin the bottle. It's kind
It's
of like
awesome.
go for it.
I would be
gang.
so nervous.
You'd be
to
nervous
spin
as an
it.
adult?
7
Yeah.
minutes in heaven.
I played in college one time and I was kind of like, wow, this got wild.
Did anyone
Everyone's really making out? It's
Ever
kinda-
have a 7 minutes in heaven for real? You
Okay.
have like an embarrassing story of one, right?
What?
You
Well,
69 in one, right?
my first true kiss was I think 7 minutes in heaven spin the bottle hybrid, and we went into a bedroom. And then we were like, well, we're supposed to be in a closet. So and the bedroom was empty and open. But then we went into the closet because that's what you do in the movies.
That's the movies. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
And then so my first smooch sesh was in a closet.
Very hot.
Dang,
Wow.
Zach.
My first kiss was on stage in a play.
I remember that.
Oh, that's so classic.
It's
though.
so sad though.
It's classic.
And I
How old
remember
were you?
I was like 17.
It was a church play,
Yeah.
right?
No. What?
He played
Give me a
Jesus.
Mary.
But then there was no tongue. There's no smooching.
No, but it was like a marriage scene. And the first time I was ever subjected to spin the bottle, because it's terrifying.
It's scary.
The saddest thing was they started playing, and then I excused myself to the bathroom and I escaped through a high window and walked home.
No,
Yeah.
Eugene.
Because I was like, I can't be in here. I can't be in. Yeah,
It's a nerve-wracking game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially before, like to me, it's nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking, and then once I had kissed someone, I was like, oh, this is like everyone's gonna be kissing, and then it's kind of fine.
you went full slut after that.
Yeah, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
once I like kiss a woman who's in my friend group, it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Now we're kissing everybody around the whole
Okay,
circle.
now we're kissing.
Yeah, now like once,
Okay,
once
we're kissing.
the person you've kissed has kissed someone else, and then it's like, oh, that was the first comfortable one. Now we're just kissing everybody.
I think that honestly, I think I was one and done with spin the bottle. I'm trying to think through my life here, and I don't know that it ever came
I
back.
feel like
Yeah.
I played in like junior high school age.
I wish I played in
I
college.
don't know if
How
I played in
fun.
college.
Good cut video, honestly, is spin the
Try
bottle.
Guys spin the bottle.
45-year-olds play spin the bottle.
A priest, a rabbi, and a shaman play spin the bottle.
That's a good format.
That's a
Come
good-
on. That's so funny.
All right. Well, I sent you guys some
Oh.
truth or dares,
Truth or dares.
so we don't have to. You can also opt in to just coming up with one, but these are wild.
The best truth or dare question.
And honestly, I might scroll down a little because they get a little bit more interesting.
Eugene, truth or dare?
Dare.
You did it.
Take a shit.
Do I take a shit here or?
Eugene, I dare you to take this shit. It's always that.
It's what the fans have been waiting for this whole episode. Take a shit.
Oh, wait. Okay, this is good. Show the most embarrassing photo on your phone.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That's pretty nice. These are good, Rainie.
Right, Cosmo. Hello.
Hello, Cosmo. One time when I was 13, I found a Cosmo in the recycling bin. And I remember reading all the sex tips, being like, this is crazy.
File save, Miles.
File save. And one of them was put saran wrap on his balls and hum.
I think we have to end the episode. Thanks so much for listening. We're going to have another episode where we learn more about Eugene's projects.
I like. Wait,
Sorry.
continue with that.
I just always wondered how that would have gone.
Wait, so you?
Where are you humming?
No, you're humming during.
No, it's
Onto
no.
the saran wrap?
No, it's yeah, no. Like
That's
put,
singing. Humming
that's
is
singing. So it's like put saran wrap on his balls and go like to create vibration on the saran wrap.
on his
And what
ball.
does a saran wrap do you think?
I don't know.
Protects your mouth from the balls, I assume.
Keith, go grab
I
us some
never
saran
understood
wrap.
that.
I'll go get some cerams. I got some aluminum foil too.
All right, why don't we ask
ask-
Keith, truth or dare?
Truth.
When was the last time you lied?
I don't really lie a lot. That's
I know you hate it.
Keith hates lying.
And I
Any
don't like
game
lying.
where you have to lie, pretend you're not somebody.
Last time I lied, I'm sure I've done numerous white lies when I haven't want to go do something.
I hear that.
You
You're
know,
like, sorry, I am busy.
Henry's having a hard morning.
Baby is, but honestly though, baby's the best excuse.
It's a good excuse.
I'm so tired from the baby. Not really a lie. I'm always tired from.
I
the
think
baby.
recently I was
Wake
like,
up
oh,
early.
Henry's being upset, and he was totally asleep. I just
Yeah, right. But that's fine.
I can't hop on this meeting. Henry's having a hard time.
Sorry, I can't do it. You know what I'll say? I'll reveal a lie that I told recently.
Please.
Again, I don't like to lie. It's not my favorite thing to
Not
do.
my fave.
But so we had
You
these
don't think my ass looks good in these pants?
That's right. I always tell Zach every morning, I text him, how does my ass look? It looks good, is our response. But no, we had these kids shoot our wedding. And our wedding was years ago at this point. And I, around the time of the wedding, put all the footage onto a hard drive and then was like, all right, great. Footage on the hard drive, no problem.
Oh,
I'm going to look at it
no.
way later. This is not
Yeah.
going to be an issue. I plugged the hard drive in through a series of events that I can't even get into, really. The hard drive becomes corrupted.
Oh,
no.
And it's the only backup of the wedding. So that happened in like 2022, right? So, and I'm telling the story now because now it's safe information.
Current year is
Current year's 2024.
cool. Just say, okay.
Sorry, were you wondering?
I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page.
So I don't tell Sarah. I
Ooh.
that's the lie that I told. And I
Uh-huh.
didn't lie. Like she would
Lie
like,
by omission.
yeah, she's like, we should look at that wedding footage sometime. And I go, yeah,
Oh my God.
we totally should look at that wedding footage, right? And I'm panicking for like a long time. And every once in a while I would start to think about it. And then I would get so stressed
Yeah.
out about it maybe never being recoverable that I would never do anything. I'm like looking on like, what if I partition my hard drive in this way? Maybe I can get it back, whatever. So then finally I take the hard drive, like this is like a month ago, to a data recovery place that I used when I worked here.
Mhm.
And the guy's like, I think I can do it.
Let's fucking go.
And then I paid the $300.
Uh-huh.
He recovered all this stuff. And I just confirmed like 3 days ago that I had it all. And I revealed all of this to Sarah, being like, there's nothing to worry about. And she was like, I'm so glad you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And every time you just were like, yeah, we should look at it.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I would have been terrified that it was all gone.
By the way, for those checking in, Eugene is still looking.
Yeah.
Too many handsome photos of you, Eugene.
Okay, I found one.
Here we go.
It's let's say this one's pretty embarrassing.
take a gander.
Let's take a peep at Eugene's embarrassing photo.
I think that's pretty embarrassing.
hilarious.
That's really
It's-
funny.
Explain what I'm looking at here.
So it's me
At a harvest
shirtless,
festival.
holding a pumpkin and covered in fake leaves, smiling. I think this was a period in which we
That's really
all
good.
online were just like, let's just take goofy pictures that are maybe also thirst traps. And
You
I
look
love
kind of
that.
jacked in it, though.
You do look
I
buff,
can see a
though.
little bit
it
of
was
that
a heavy
arm.
pumpkin. Yeah.
I believe it.
Can
But this period of time of posting where it was just always like a slight winking thirst trap, very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember all of us,
And we
me
ask each other to take the
especially,
photos. Yeah, that's
Would-
what's really embarrassing.
We'd be like filming somewhere and be like, I gotta get it for the gram.
Yeah,
and
I
then
do
we'd take
remember that.
photos and like we'd pose the phone and be like, okay, now take it.
You take
right
it like
here.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am so unbelievably grateful that part of our lives is done. You especially, right? Like
Yeah.
you're leaving that. But even us, like we have fully bought into just a different model in how we interact with our audience and use social media.
Yeah.
But what a horrible, not fun period that we had to go through.
Which was
Yeah.
what? You posted?
Trying to be Insta stars.
Trying to be cool.
Yeah,
having-
that's
when we clearly weren't.
I struggle with that. I'd like to be Instagram popular.
Well, because it was there was a point where I feel like we were almost oversaturated, and so then we were sort of beholden to post a lot.
yeah, and you're like,
especially-
I know this is going to get 100,000.
Well, especially when
likes.
we launched Second Try, because it was all about like the
company.
independent company, so we had to support it with social
But
media.
even before that, like working at BuzzFeed, everything you were making, you didn't own. So you
Yeah.
needed to
Yeah.
build your own channel because I was putting so much time and effort into making stuff for someone else, and people were knowing who I was.
Right.
But there was no way for me to honestly cash in on that hard work.
totally.
So I needed to I guess if I can build my Instagram, that will be how I can build a platform for myself through all this work that I'm doing for a corporate behemoth, which is, lots of people do that in lots of ways now.
Yeah,
I think it's a
right.
great way to do it. But that was, I think, the drive that I had that I completely lost when I started this company. I'm like, okay, now I'm making for my own company. I barely put things on social media because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't need a space that I own because I own the biggest space that I can right
Oh, that's
now.
a good point. Makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm just glad to be out of the phase of we have to post something. What's around us, make it funny or sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And props if you can do both.
If you can do both, huge plus.
So yeah, that actually did unlock a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
because you saw that type of photo and you're just like, it probably
I
had a
know
dumbass caption
exactly.
too. It was probably
Oh,
like,
yeah.
pumpkin.
spring is sprung, fall has
Fun.
Fell.
fell, fall has gotten hard.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, actually, not bad.
That's good.
And that's why he's the writer of the group.
So he's the king.
You hear my voice drop for that?
Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, truth or dare?
Oh, truth.
Okay, what is the strangest rumor you've heard about yourself?
Oh God.
Oh, I like this.
Oh,
That he's got a
that's
tiny
pretty
dick,
nice.
right? That's strange.
It's not true.
What's the strangest rumor?
Oh, I have a great answer for this.
Okay, Keith, go.
In 8th grade, I had a girlfriend, and we were not sexually active. I gotta preface that. We were making out at most, and I was incredibly fulfilled by that. I thought that was incredible. This
As
is
it should
amazing.
be.
It didn't even occur to me that I should be doing more. I was like, making out is sick as hell. This is awesome. And especially when we
sick.
lay down making out. That's the best. But I never was interested. I was like, everything else seems too dangerous, and I'm not ready. And a rumor spread that I had sex with her, and also that my ejaculate was blue.
Oh my
what
god!
a crazy rumor.
And I was like, that's not true.
That's wild.
Yes. That was like an insane rumor. That was like, and that it happened in the kitchen of her house. And I was like, what?
That makes no
and then
sense.
like she was like, did you spread this? I was like, no.
I love
I'm mortified.
a moment in Keith's life where that was the worst thing that had ever happened to him.
That's horrible.
I was like, how is this? Why do people think this? I didn't do this. I was not. It was not me. And I don't know even why or who. I still have no idea who started it.
Oh, wow.
It kind of blew over because I think people immediately were like, well, that is kind of ridiculous, isn't it?
Blue jizz?
That's not normal.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And I was like, so I think obviously like that's not true. That people eventually were like, I guess it's not true. Or maybe some people still believe it.
I still believe it.
Can't believe the blue cum guy got famous.
Blue cum guy on my TV.
It really overcame a lot. You know,
that's
the blue
amazing.
cum,
Wonder if he
the-
still comes blue. I mean, he made his whole identity about wearing the color blue. It seems like maybe he does come blue.
Seems like he does.
Like blue.
Blue and plaid. Yeah.
That guy comes plaid.
So that's definitely the weirdest rumor, and I haven't thought about that rumor in so long.
That's so funny.
It's really
I feel like you probably, or we collectively, don't have, I mean, rumors necessarily, but there's misinformation.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
a rumor, right?
I don't think I've heard any rumors about myself, especially online, because you guys kind of diluted the audience already for me. So I didn't get like weird, crazy people saying insane stuff.
Maybe we should start a rumor about you right now.
What's a good rumor? What do people think about
I feel
me?
like rumor has to be salacious and it has to be like begs more questions. So
And,
that people
and
can
like
keep-
a little believable. Like it has to have
Yeah.
some believability.
yeah.
Miles has a third nipple on his back.
I thought you were going to see me in.
Is that better? Is that a good?
Is that
You
a
want
good
cool,
rumor? What's a
salacious
cool
one.
rumor?
All right, what color do you want to come?
Everyone gets a color. It's like a Power Ranger.
What would your color be?
Oh, man.
This is the
You
kind
know,
of good
that's
stuff
actually
you've been
a good-
missing out on, Eugene.
Yeah, no. I already had a feeling about your color just now.
Can you tell
Because
me?
I'm very good with color theory.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
my aura.
Yeah.
What color would I come, Eugene? Make this the trailer for the Eugene's leaving episode.
I don't know why it struck me so fast.
Yeah.
Like a clementine.
Oh.
my. I mean, I love citrus.
I feel like you're an earth tone, like
Yeah.
a nice brown or a nice forest
I think
green.
you come.
Clementine's
Brown.
I think you come
Brown?
That's an
brown.
earth-
a
that's-
nice one.
Oh, the orange range is
nice
earth tone.
one.
Orange range is
Make
earth.
brown like
Yeah.
poop?
No, not that kind.
I think you come shit.
No.
Nice
Bad
brown.
meat rumor. I like that for clementine.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
the vibe I get.
One of my favorite smells
Really?
Mm.
is a clementine, not cum.
Not
Do not cum.
so what are we talking about?
Truth or
Yeah,
dare?
I feel like it's Miles' turn for truth or dare.
You know what I'll
answered mine,
say?
but yeah.
I answer, pretty much everything. But I guess I'll go dare.
Okay, good.
Just in
I'm glad you
case.
asked. I'm glad you
You had
answered
one
that.
lined
You
up.
have a
teed
good
up?
dare lined up.
Here we
I have a
go.
good truth for Miles.
You're gonna hate this one though.
Oh God, what? What is it?
Post a TikTok draft.
Okay.
You will?
All right, let me
yeah.
see.
Whoa.
Well, so here's the only problem that I'm thinking about is I deleted TikTok recently, and I think that deletes your drafts.
Yeah.
Let me
So
just
yeah.
peep. Let me go ahead and peep. Where are your drafts even located?
They should be right there.
And they're not.
On your main.
On my main?
Oh.
Should be right by where your pinned kind of
Yeah,
would
they
be.
went away.
No draft.
Why would
Sorry.
you delete? You have such fun TikToks.
Thank you.
Why would you lose
Well, I was in
confidence?
Japan, and to be honest, I was like, I don't want to be scrolling mindlessly
Oh.
while I am on vacation like this. That's for the toilet and for home.
Yeah.
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 Although I will say, I had a bunch of drafts, and all of them are me watching someone with a bad fucking take, and I do edit, and I'm just like, this is so dumb, right? Like, we can't. And then I realize it's like, okay, do I really want to make this type of content, even though this pisses me off?
There's a lot of
I guess I don't.
creators out
Yeah.
there who do the duetting primarily.
And it's like such a negative world to associate with, just that type of content where it's like someone says some dumb thing and I'm just like, are we fucking kidding with this? But then I'm like, I actually don't know that I want to put out
Yeah.
that.
You're going to you're going to launch their
Yes.
dumbness to more people ultimately.
You know
Exactly.
do you know who my favorite on TikTok is?
Who? Is it
I,
the girl-
I like to blow up other creators. I'm leaving, but I'm like gonna say these are the people you should follow.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
here we
It's
go.
the British woman who reacts to the
Yes.
Oh, I know.
She's doing the
hydraulic press.
Yes, I
And
love
she's
it.
always
No,
like, yes,
no, I hate it, I
love,
hate it, I hate it,
gorgeous. Ooh,
Oh, she's
nice.
so good.
Nope, hate it. Glass crack. She's so funny.
She's funny.
What's
awesome.
her name?
PIMA or something?
I don't
Is
know,
it
I love her.
IMA? I don't know.
I love her.
I follow
Now
her on
every time
Instagram.
I see her hydraulic press, most of the comments are like, "Oh, she's gonna hate this."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That means you've made it.
No, she's an icon.
She's made it.
I'll tell you that Keith about once every 3 weeks will send me a video of toy cars racing each other, and it's just a ramp, and they'll put down like Lightning McQueen, Mater, or like it'll be Mario characters, and you just, because you have an attachment to say Yoshi, you want to see Yoshi beat Wario.
But also, like, when they do jumps, and when they do the jumps, hold on, when they do the jumps, they do it in slow-mo, and it's sick as fuck. You're hearing this, you're like, that's dumb, you're gonna see it, you're like, damn, that's fucking awesome.
The thing is that we've never actually talked about why this would be of mutual interest.
He just knew.
But he sent it to me, and I just was like, I mean, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, this is. And the one time there was like a to be continued, and I was like, what?
There's a lot of channels. Like, have you seen the marbles racing guy?
Have I seen the marbles?
And
man?
then
What
there's
about
also-
the marble, the glass jars going down the stairs, and then they shatter and the
blow
marbles
up.
go everywhere, and then magically they just clean it and do it again.
I always wonder about. I would love to see a TikTok of the cleaning process.
I want to see the cleaning.
Because sometimes I'm like, that's a lot of paint. It's going to take a while for them to clean this, and it dries.
Where are you putting all the broken shards of glass?
That's what I'm wondering, Zach. But yeah,
over 30 test.
All right, Eugene, truth or dare?
Dare.
Okay, pretend to be a food item of your choice.
Oh, this is good.
Pretend to be a food item of my choice.
Strange dare, honestly.
Okay.
he gets canceled on this somehow. His last thing to do.
No,
with
I
the
like
company.
this. I really like this.
You have 10 more minutes. Don't fuck it up.
Uncanceled.
Okay, this is.
Okay. I wish people could see me. If you're listening, maybe jump over to YouTube.
Okay.
Oh,
Noodle.
Yeah, your ramen or soup or some
Ramen,
kind
soup,
of, yeah.
ramen.
yeah.
That was
Okay.
really good.
that was
Hey.
really
Yeah.
good. That's
Excellent.
good.
I
Nice.
cheated because I'm Asian, so maybe that gave
That's
it
a good
away.
sucking sound.
Yeah.
too.
Thanks.
We
I
like
didn't know
suck.
you were capable of that kind of sucking
I know.
sound.
I thought I was the one who made disgusting sounds.
I thought you were capable of this. So-
Is that the saran wrap balls thing we're talking
Yeah,
about?
it might be.
Wait, just going back to that real quick.
Yeah.
So you're putting the saran wrap on someone else's
You'd be
balls, or
like
you do it
this.
on yourself?
No. You're putting the saran wrap on presumably, it's your
Yeah. Okay,
partner's
let's just say it's me and
balls.
you.
Yeah, so I'm putting saran wrap on your
my
balls,
balls.
and then I'm going up to your balls with the saran wrap, and we're gonna miss Eugene, and going like this.
Oh.
Do you think that
Huh.
if someone put saran wrap, maybe they don't have a partner, put saran wrap on their balls, had this audio recording of you,
Oh my god.
would it do the trick?
Honestly, Zach, I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that because for everyone, get ready at home. Put your subwoofer up right to your balls, and it's gonna be just like I'm humming on your balls.
It was funny. I
These
thought it was
episodes of the Tripod are going to get more traffic than our average one. And the impression they're going to get is not great.
so weird.
But it is absolutely exactly what the show is.
Well, we're titling it Eugene's Final Tripod, probably. But you could also do parentheses,
Ball
Saran
humming.
wrap on your balls by Eugene.
and blue plaid jizz.
Blue Pledges.
Really good stuff.
Eugene's
Blue Plaid
final-
Jizz sounds like an old country standard.
Blue Pledges.
You got the blue plaid jizz. You got the blue plaid jizz.
Miles, truth or dare?
Truth.
I have one for you.
Oh, for me?
It's
Here we
the
go.
number one top question on Juicy Truth questions.
Here we go.
What's the worst thing you've ever done at work?
Worst thing I've ever done at work. That's a good question.
This work.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
This work.
This work when I
This
worked
work.
here?
When you worked here.
I feel like there was a couple times, specifically during the pandemic, where I was just like, I just watched movies all day.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Where I
I
was
probably
like-
did the same thing.
Yeah. And it was like further into the pandemic than I think you realize.
Well, it's 2 p.m. I guess I'll get drunk.
No, it's like 2 p.m. I guess I'll hop back in the tub, pop an edible, and watch, I don't know, Bones.
You watch Bones?
No, I didn't. But I did watch Interstellar one day in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
It's a great day.
Long movie.
Yeah.
Exactly
You know Bones?
right.
You know Bones is about them solving crimes based on bones?
Yes.
I just want to like remind people that's the premise.
Oh yeah,
look at
every
bones,
single
yeah.
episode is solved by a bone.
By bone.
With
Emily
Deschanel.
Deschanel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do they?
Sister of Zoe.
Is it a play on words because they bone? Is
Well,
that?
They
No,
actually
they call-
don't bone, but there is a long love story that eventually gets somewhat fulfilled by like season 6 or something.
It's a skeleton.
Something
He,
like
he
that.
fucks a
Yeah.
skeleton.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucks skeletons all night long.
I don't watch the show. I just
I
wanted to
used
know
to
if
watch it
anyone...
because my parents watch it, so I've seen actually a decent amount of bones.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen an episode of
What is
NCIS.
so
Have you seen
funny
that?
is
No.
so many quotes from every episode are just like, I gotta get those bones. I need those. I need those bones. Like she's like, I need the bones. If you don't send the bones to my lab, I can't figure this out. I need those bones. And so much that a long time ago, and I can find it, I made this music video using clips of Bones where I sing a song about how much they love Bones on Bones and has
Wow.
little clips of them being like, literally she says, like, I need to see it. I need those bones. And then I sing, you heard her say it. She's needing those bones.
I didn't know
great.
the Bones discussion would unlock such a
Let me
powerful
find it.
memory.
So funny.
It's not a good video or song, but it's like funny enough.
Zach, I'm gonna choose actually dare for you. I think.
Because I was gonna say it.
Okay.
Dare.
Okay. Let the rest of the group DM someone from your Instagram account.
That
Holy
is
shit.
spicy.
All right, well, who's it going to be?
It should be
Because
Miles.
You think no, he's going to DM me?
Oh no, I want you to write it.
Oh no, I
'Cause
would
you
love
got a
to
sick
do, yeah.
brain.
Well, who would I like to DM from Zach's account? Emma
All right.
Chamby? Does she
It's in
follow you?
your- I don't think she does.
All right, so this is
So
really
this probably
good.
has to be someone I follow or who follows me.
Yeah,
but you're not going to
so
be able to,
that it's kind of like
Or,
locked up.
you know what? It doesn't have to be.
Doesn't
You
it-
could just
Sydney
DM
Sweeney?
anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Following only 397 people.
Whoa.
And by the way, don't look at all the DMs I've sent to Sydney Sweeney already.
Yeah, no, I popped it up, and the first search was Sydney Sweeney alt account, Sydney Sweeney
Sweeney, that movie.
official. So I'm wondering who's it going to be? Is it going to be mainstream celeb asking them to be on this podcast?
Dakota Johnson,
Yeah, I like that.
star of Madam Web.
I'd be stoked if
Hey
she came
Dakota, just checking in.
on. Big web head.
Hey Dakota, just checking in. I don't want to say big white
That's
head.
it. That's
no,
it.
Hey Dakota, just
checking in.
You see, here's the thing about that. I don't believe that she runs her own Instagram account. Maybe
That's
she
right.
does. You
That's
think she
true.
does?
I don't think so.
I know
I don't
that's
think
right.
so.
I bet she sees it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Dakota kind of, she's
Yeah, she a friend
she
of yours, by
surprises
the
me.
way? Yeah,
no.
Okay, got it.
She's definitely someone with a lot of
She has
viral
a Finsta.
cachet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There ain't no
Yeah.
way she's got her own Insta account.
Okay, so you're not even following her. Fucking rude.
First of all, that's wrong.
Gonna go ahead and correct that.
Fucking rude ass.
Follow it
And she
up.
just had a movie come out. Or a trailer for a movie called Am I Okay? That looks really good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Did follow her.
Okay, there's the follow. Now we're in Dakota Johnson's DMs here. Invite Dakota Johnson to chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Dakota,
Just checking in.
just checking in. I'm a internet creator.
Parentheses famous.
Parentheses famous.
Uh-huh.
LOL. And parentheses. And I would love all caps to have you on my podcast.
Where sometimes we go to fast food restaurants in my friend Keith's car.
It's a blast.
Wait, keep going.
It's a blast and a lot of fun.
P.S. P.S. Huge webhead.
P.S.
That's gonna. She's
No,
gonna.
No, see, this seems bad on Zach. P.S. Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan of your work. Specifically 50 Shades of Grey. I won't say that.
Is it crazy to say that I'm fanning
Oh, nice pun.
over you?
Is it crazy? That's psycho behavior.
It's already too much and too long.
It's already pretty intense.
All right, here we go. Hey, Dakota, just checking in. Okay, I think exclamation point
Just
after.
checking
hey,
in.
I think exclamation point after hey, Dakota, and just checking in.
And then two after the next sentence.
I'm at, yeah. It has to
Progressively
repeat.
more exclamation
Hey, Dakota, just checking in. 2 exclamation points. I'm an internet creator, famous, LOL, and I would love to have you on my podcast. 3 exclamation points. It's a blast and a lot of fun. P.S. Big fan of your work. 4 exclamation points.
An emoji. End with an emoji.
Emoji's got to be
The robot.
the
The little robot.
Robot 4 exclamation points.
That's pretty clearly a troll once you use the robot. So that I think
okay,
is
the
good.
robot to me throws us off, but I think what's maybe the embarrassed emoji or the explosion head emoji right here? That's the one I think
I
want.
love the exploding head
Exploding
emoji.
head.
Exploding head
Yeah.
emoji here.
One of my most
Super
frequent.
confusing.
Maybe she'll get a kick out of it.
Hey, biggest big fan of your work and send.
And now, Keith, you're up. Or I imagine you're also going to do a follow-up to Dakota.
Hey, my buddy Zach DM'd you. Let me know if you need explaining.
And she has 6.4 mil.
That's a
Okay.
lot.
Wow.
That's a lot, but you've got that verified account, something I just cannot get my hands on.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm
I don't know
surprised
how
you
the
can't.
fuck to get it. I think it's
Yeah.
preventing me from mainstream success, and that's the only thing.
You want me to put in a word at the Instagram HQ?
Oh my God, Zach, I would love that. That's the only reason I got Twitter verified.
By the time people
That's
hear
when most
this,
people get it.
that we'll
Yeah.
have done everything. I had this idea where I was like, what if everyone who follows us, we add to our close friends? And I had this idea, and then Billie Eilish did it like a week later. And I was like, holy shit, it's real.
Oh.
And she did it. And then it was like, because I was like, okay, we can do this announcement about like, we always said there'd never be a fourth try guy or a new try guy. Like we could do it to close friends. It'll go to the top of people's feeds, whatever. Turns out there's not a way to do that. I have a friend at Instagram. I sent in the text. Turns out it was a very big engineering lift and not easy to replicate.
like she added everyone who follows her to her close friends, so now it all goes to the front of their.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think
Damn.
then she undid it. But I was like, oh, that's so cool. We can break the system.
That is cool. There's a lot of actually private. There's this girl I was just listening to that she launched her merch exclusively on a locked private Instagram account that's only followed by, I think there's like 100,000 followers, but people are making private Instagram accounts that are for fans that they have to admit people because it feels like a more exclusive.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, man.
People want to go in the place they can't go in.
Can I go in there?
You know,
That's
it's like,
why when you
can't come
apply to
in.
secondtry.tv, you're not just subscribing, you got to send in an application.
You have to do a series of puzzles.
And we're going to
Riddles.
review you to see if you're worth making the cut.
Right.
Rainie, that was a really good game.
Thank you, Eugene.
Great job.
Thank you.
Excellent
Thank you.
game. A classic.
Yeah, and you guys have an assignment, the three of you,
Yeah.
to make it sentimental and funny.
You know, speaking of Dakota
Yeah.
Johnson, the thing that she actually has is mainstream success. And Eugene, that's something you've achieved.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really brave of you to do. Is there sort of in the same way that in a book, there's chapter breaks, this is sort of a chapter break for your life? You know, you've sort of followed it through, and this feels like the logical next step is for, you know, you've been working on these projects, and just now you're able to say, hey, I'm Eugene. And by the way, guys, I'm actually doing my own thing now. How does that feel to be in a sort of Sean Evans style question? How does that feel to be in a new chapter break? And is that scary? Come Monday, now that the world knows your secret, does that feel daunting?
I like the tone you just had.
Thank you.
It's like you have a podcast.
I think the question was too long.
It was long. It was long. It petered out at the end.
You know, I kind of look at it as a, you know how books sometimes have smaller book parts within the book? Because I feel like I've had many chapters and chapters within a certain journey. I think Try Guys is a
Might even be its own book.
book in
a
and of
series
itself.
books.
Yeah, this
right.
might be a different book
Sure.
that's being started in a series.
Yeah, I like that.
And it feels, it does feel a lot like I am closing a book.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this in my going away video. Part of the reason that we are closing the book is because as I have been sort of compelled and forced to sort of spend less time on your screens, it creates sort of an unease with the audience relationship because an expectation is there. If you think I'm officially part of something, then I should be at least giving as much as of myself as I can to that. So setting a standard in which people know that, we're having this very clean break so that I can come back and it's always something that feels like it's really positive.
Yeah, right.
That's something that we wanted to just make sure was inherent in this decision, because I think a lot of people see these things as either dramatic or something that is a problem between friends, coworkers, owners, cast members. And that's just the complete opposite of what this is. So when I say that I am closing the Try Guys book, I still have it on my shelf, if that makes sense. And I'm going to bring it back out and open it again. I'm going to open it with y'all. Yeah.
You underlined a couple things.
Yeah, I highlighted it like college style.
Drew some things in the corner.
Were you a highlighter or an underliner? I was an underliner.
Honestly, I didn't do either.
Oh, really?
I didn't read.
I was surprisingly not great at studying. Yeah.
Huh.
I just soaked it up I was a very good listener. Surprising.
Good study here.
Yeah, I just sat and listened really hard in the classes because surprisingly a lot of people don't listen during class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So many hormones raging through you.
But
Too horny to listen.
Thinking about how everybody's talking about your blue cum and you don't know how to handle it and you're just freaking out and then suddenly you're in a test and you don't know anything.
But to bring it back sentimentally, even though over the past couple of years I haven't been in as many videos, maybe I wasn't actively studying, I was still listening. I was still listening very closely and appreciating everyone, even if they were rightfully more upset that I was, stepping away, or if they understood, which thank you for that. But I hope to continue to come back and, bring this book off the shelf, take it for another spin, another reread. Yeah, because that'll be more fun for all of us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. That was a good question.
Good
I
question.
don't know. It's going to be hard to beat, guys.
Thanks.
Eugene, when I think about Dakota Johnson, I think about her great collaborations on screen, whether it's with...
Sydney Sweeney.
Did she? Oh,
Yeah,
of
Madam
course
Web.
in Madam Web. Whether it's
Oh,
with...
did she? It's actually,
Yeah. You just messaged her, Zach.
in his car, it's I don't know how he changed it, but it's the wallpaper of the thing.
Of the whole car.
Of the whole car.
Oh, did she? Oh, did she? Whether it's, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney or who can say?
The cat's got Riz over here.
Can you name another Dakota Johnson film?
Yeah.
Oh?
Well, wait, I don't think she was in any others with Sydney Sweeney. It was just the one.
Only one I've ever watched.
You too have been a great collaborator in my life.
Uh-huh.
You're kind of like the Sweeney to my Dakota.
I love that.
There's only 2 women in the world.
So Zach, yes.
So, I mean, no, truly, I mean, I've said this a lot, but over the last decade, Keith, you guys have been the true collaborators of my life, along with, I don't want to misrepresent it, along with a lot of people here. But you've been one of them when I think about the early days of BuzzFeed, when I think about my growth as a creative person. You taught me a lot, not even directly, just by working together. I'm incredibly grateful for that journey and really like having your friendship throughout this whole thing. It's been a fucking blast. When I think about now this moment, we are inviting in a bunch of new collaborators.
Yes.
And it's something that we have always wanted to do for a long time. We honestly weren't even... I don't know if it's that we weren't able to or we feared that we weren't able to.
Yeah.
I think that because of the way everything happened, it forced us to in a way that I don't know we ever would have gotten here because we were afraid of ruining a good thing. I'm so glad that we are here because it's now allowing us to work with new friends. And this is what we always dreamed of. So, really, what I want to know is what's your thought on Sydney Sweeney's film? As we now enter bring all these new people into the fold and allow them to take the center stage. You got, full episodes that it's the Miles Bonsignore show over on Second Try, right? Like, we're giving, honestly, more talented performers, giving them the stage to shine. What are you excited about for them, and what do you want to see?
I just hope that people see how valuable it is for, we have this strange cult of celebrity that we all kind of experience on different platforms, different mediums. And there's always that fear we talked about where we fear this hyper attachment to groups, to people, and it exists. It does exist. But very much like any relationship, whether it's parasocial or not, I think that just understanding that this isn't the end all be all, like part of it really is just the connection you can have with someone. And I only see other people being involved in that as enriching an experience. Because there's only so much I think individuals can give one another, right? And this idea of extending out towards a wider cast is something that we've been essentially seeding since we started the company, but especially over the past few years. And my hope is that if I've at least established something with alternative perspectives online, that is reflected in the choice of people that you've brought into Second Try, which I think it is. And that's what's really wonderful, because not every company does that. A lot of companies end up kind of just repeating the same formula with the same hot dogs and hamburgers. But now we have tacos and we have ramen and we have, we have like, other delicious types of things instead of just the old hot dog and hamburger. So I think people are going to have a smorgasbord now to watch, as opposed to just the same meal every day. Because I think you get used to the people that you think have to always be the same, like it's comfort food. And sometimes it's just great to go try a different type of dish, and that's what we're doing. We're giving a full charcuterie board of talent.
Okay. Now the audience is eating the menu.
Aww.
That was good, Keith.
Yeah, thanks.
It's really nice, Keith.
I'll try to make mine fairly quick. And this is just because you're obviously very accomplished, very, very talented. I don't think you normally talk highly of yourself and of your great contributions. So what do you think was your best contribution to the Try Guys, the show?
Oh, wow.
Oh. And be totally selfish here. Like, what do you think you brought in that was really, really valuable? Take this moment to honor what you did, because you brought in really valuable things and made this show what it is. We were just talking actually about how we actually do need somebody to have success in a Try Guys video, else it doesn't really work. And you did that, but more than that, what do you think was your best thing that you brought?
Yeah, no, thanks. That's a great question. I think outwardly, from probably the audience perspective, I was able to give, honestly, I think I was able to give what started as a drier, darker personality, which I think we played off of with as a form of balance, comedic balance, but that sort of transformed from that initially into something where injecting things that felt like it needed to be rounded out culturally, that it needed context. I mean, the first video I pitched for us to do was the drag video, and that sort of expanded outside of one-liners into a full cultural immersion. So I think that's one of the main things that I did, was bringing at least the confidence for us to say, hey, we're going to be deep diving into things that are potentially foreign to us, because that's kind of been my experience just in my whole life in a lot of situations. And what I always appreciate is that, I was not in the end the foreigner in the group. That's the beauty of getting into these types of casts and being in the digital space, is that I'm always going to think differently and be different and produce quote unquote different work. But I think that people saw me as a human, which is really special. And for me to be able to humanize myself to people, which started out sometimes with dark jokes or witty asides, or as we used to say, Eugene is the sniper, I snipe jokes, that translated into something I think very real for people, and it translated into something real for me. So I think in our group, I think I brought gravitas, which, with God, I'm going to talk about astrology again. I'm the earth sign, so I brought it down to like, put the feet on the ground while.
You don't think Blue Cum Habersberger was bringing?
Well, you taught me to appreciate what we were trying, not simply enjoy it. I think it's a very different thing there. Like I got to have lots of fun on the things, but you always helped me realize what we were actually learning and what a better takeaway of what we were exploring was. We would maybe sometimes simplify that by saying you put a bow on it, but really I think you actually opened the present further and showed us how to use it. Like rather than just like we enjoyed everything, but I think we got to deeper appreciate and help the audience more deeply appreciate what they were watching than I think without you it would have simply been enjoying it.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, the entire blueprint of how we edit our videos, you can trace that DNA from the drag video.
Yep.
So as for my money, you wrote the script that we all then got to play with and improve upon and iterate on.
And on the flip side, I in turn lightened up, which is hard for a lot of people, especially when I first came online. I was like, I wasn't like a deadly serious person, especially in person. But that was like my knee-jerk reaction to being exposed to millions of people, was to kind of like make sure I didn't look weak.
Yeah.
And that was, from a lot of like childhood stuff.
Yeah.
But to be able to relax on camera with friends over the course of the past 10 years, like that doesn't happen with just anyone. And that doesn't just happen so easily for people like me with my history. So, the fact that there is a lot of footage, because some people joke like, yeah, Eugene, you're making your features and your novels or whatever, and someone's going to post, remember this clip of this guy? Like this guy's over here like premiering his film, and here he is like wearing a dumb costume, making the dumbest joke, and like essentially being foolish. Like he's like a jester.
Yeah, we're being fools.
And there was maybe a part of me like really early on in our journey that would have thought it would be so embarrassing. And now I just highly value it, because I think, again, there's such a spectrum of ways in which we connect with people. And for me to be able to see how light can connect to people, because I tend to approach things through dark, is very powerful. Now I understand the contrast between the two, and giving people that sense of humanity for someone that they might connect with on a pretty like spiritual level was very, I couldn't have learned it without y'all, And sometimes it just takes a really dumb joke and being in a really dumb costume and being in a really dumb video. And,
That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah.
I don't know if not every writer-director will be able to say that.
Eugene Liang, your character arc is complete.
He's
I've reached my final form. And then like in 10 years, I'm going to be like Francis Ford Coppola, and they'll be like, this guy's crazy.
Eugene goes, the only thing I can add is...
I have famously farted on camera.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
I have
Gotta
too.
pull that up.
You just don't know it.
Zach parts on camera all the time.
But I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate the audience more than they can know. I especially appreciate them for welcoming Matt with open arms in the podcast, because that wasn't something that was, I don't think either party expected to happen. So I really thank them for that. And, I hope that with everything that we've released surrounding my exit, people get a strong sense of us being extremely genuine about this moment in our lives, and the fact that the closing of this book doesn't mean it's the closing of our friendship or our relationship, even with the audience. And that's the main takeaway.
That's not the letter that you wrote us. You said, I don't want to see your bitch ass face again.
Oh yeah,
I
this
think
is
I have
just
a
an
restraining
act.
order.
I only have a restraining order against Zach.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I do.
You know
me.
Let's do a speed advice that'll go for miles and the end credits.
Of course.
It's advice that'll go 4 miles. Tune into your radio station. It's advice that'll go 4 miles. Everyone get ready. Mile station. Advice that'll go 4 miles.
Condition your pubes.
I like this advice.
Is this
With
a
what
real thing you
conditioner?
do?
I used Aesop conditioner,
Wait, separate from the shampoo?
an expensive conditioner for my pubes.
After the shampoo.
Do you shampoo your poops?
I've gotten into conditioning them.
Only conditioner.
I
want them to be soft, not clean,
I want
Eugene.
more oil down there.
I felt that I should condition them. I think I shampooed them as well, but I conditioned them as well.
Very cool.
And I will say the result is astounding.
Well, and you're kind of
Wow.
rocking like a thicket down there, right?
Not anymore.
Do not talk about my pubes. Zach, that's too far.
You see what I'm talking about? The
We got
restraining
him.
order.
Zach's done.
Okay, and join us next week when we'll be saying goodbye to Zach.
Oh, you are so toast.
Toast,
Oh, man.
But no, I conditioned my pubic hair.
I love this. I'm trying to like bring back to something. This is Eugene's Final Tripod. We're talking about conditioning pubes.
That's right.
You know what? Your story makes me think that that's the perfect summary of my time with the Try Guys.
You feel that you've emotionally conditioned your pubes?
Always soft, but never clean.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Guys, we did it. We did it.
Keith, hit us with the official tripod theme song.
Always soft, never clean. I'm singing always soft and I'm never clean. I'm singing always soft and I'm never clean. That is how we do it on the tripod.
I gotta get these bones.
Have a good ass week.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Love y'all.